Welcome to NASCAR America Debrief, our post show on the YouTube NBC Motorsports channel. I'm Nate Ryan here with Kyle Petty, Marty Snyder, AJ Allmendinger. We're taking your questions on the YouTube channel. You're watching us on YouTube. You see that little bar on the right. Put your questions, comments there. I'll be monitoring that. We're also taking leftover phone calls from NASCAR America Motor Mouths, and we're going to start there with Kay. Welcome to NASCAR America Debrief, Kay. What do you got?
Thank you. I'm really excited. I just wanted to say that we were so excited to see Blake Shelton, and we just wanted to talk about in 2022 bringing Nashville back into the sport, and we would like to bring some of our younger, our children, younger people into the sport, and I think they identify with celebrities as in any other sport, and we would just like to see more of that.
Okay, thanks, Kate. How do we feel about more celebrities at NASCAR races?
I think she can sign Dale Earnhardt Jr.'s petition to bring Nashville back. I'm sure he would be happy to have more signatures. Yeah,
that'd be good.
I think it would be good. I think if you go to a market like that, KP, though, more stars are going to wind up being there. Don't you agree?
Here's what I say.
Oh, here we go.
Let me say this.
Let's step back.
We have celebrities. They're called Joey Logano and Brad Keselowski and Jimmie Johnson and Kyle Busch. That's who you go to a race to see, okay? If you want to go see a concert, then go to a concert, okay? And if you want to see movie stars, go to a movie. If you want to see race celebrities, come to a racetrack. That's what I think. Sorry, end of conversation. Boom.
That's twice.
That's two pins.
Give me another pin. I need a pin back.
Here you go.
I know what she's saying, but look, I don't go to a baseball game to see who's going to sing the national anthem. If it's some singer, that's not what it's about. I go to see the race, and I've always believed that this sport is about. We talk about the XFINITY Series where names are made. We talk about making stars. They're our celebrities. That's why people come to races, is to see these guys, to be close to Kevin Harvick, is to walk pit road or to sit in the grandstands and watch these guys. They're my superstars. Sorry. I love Blake Shelton, love to hear him sing, but I don't go to a racetrack to see him sing. Sorry.
It's Kyle Petty opinion, ladies and gentlemen.
There it is.
There you go. That's how it works.
That's why you watch NASCAR America Debrief.
I promised I was not going to get fired.
All right, YouTube comment from Jason.
You really thought you weren't going to get fired up? Give him a qualifying question.
Yes.
This is not a qualifying question, thank
Please.
God. YouTube question from Jason, who is too nervous to call in, but wants to know, Kyle and AJ, did you ever get cramps in your feet or hands driving a race car?
I was never too bad with my hands. I've always been fortunate. Like, my hands would never really, even in Champ Car when there was no power steering, and my hands never really blistered. Yeah, they were sore after you get done. I always did struggle, and it didn't matter how much water or what I took in, my feet cramping. And it's something that in the middle of a race.
You were the guy who never wanted to use AC, though, right?
Yeah, I didn't.
Well, why would you never want to use AC in the car?
First of all, they were trying to make my car faster by not having it as heavy. So it was literally like, hey, we're not going to put AC in the car because that's going to slow us down. I'm like, really? That's causing us to run 25th right now? I was like, hey, Jimmie Johnson's got 17 wires hanging out of his driving suit for air-cooled vests and helmets. They seem to be okay.
They're
but
okay.
you know what?
We're going to put at the risk of heat exhaustion.
That AC unit's going to
tips.
cost us that victory that we were fighting for.
Yeah.
But yeah, moral of the story, my feet did cramp every now and then.
Okay. And didn't you relieve Harvick at Bristol like 14 years ago when he had cramps?
He had cramps because he had run the Truck Series and the XFINITY Series. He had run all the races, so he was cramping. Yes.
Right. So you've been a relief driver in that situation. I don't know if that's ever happened to you.
No, look, I don't remember cramping during a race. My leg would cramp sometime at Martinsville, a place like that where you just use it.
Even after you broke your leg, you didn't have anything physically that happened like that, or what?
Look at this mess. Need I say more?
All right, let's go back to the phones on NASCAR America.
How do you top that? Where do you go with that?
Let's talk to Mohammed.
Let it go.
Mohammed, you're on NASCAR America Debrief.
Fly away.
Hey, guys. How's it going?
How's it going, man?
Going well. So my question today, it's kind of two questions. One, I wanted to know who you guys think, looking at all the drivers currently, who will be the most underrated, in your opinion? And, my second question is who you think maybe the real big dog of the league is right now?
Underrated driver
Underrated.
in the Cup Series.
Interesting.
You know,
Well,
yeah, go.
Go.
I think there's a lot that are underrated.
Yeah.
I do.
So I wouldn't call it at this moment, but I would say my guy that I always thought was underrated was Jimmie Johnson.
Yeah.
You win 7 championships.
You don't give him
You
credit.
win
He doesn't give him
7
credit.
championships, and it's like, oh, it's because of Chad Canal. Oh, it's because of Hendrick. What? Nobody else is doing it on the team for the, I mean, obviously Jeff Gordon had the lead up to it, but once Jimmie took over,
right.
So Jimmie, to me, has always been the underrated guy because you don't just win 7 championships on pure luck.
Yeah.
NASCAR changed the championship several times for Jimmie Johnson because they were so dominant, and he'd go out there and find a way to do it. So right now, no, but like as a whole, that was always my guy. And another guy was Matt Kenseth.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
How about, though, I understand where you're coming from on both of those, but underrated driver who doesn't have a championship or, say, more than 10 victories.
Okay.
Or is that too hard to...
Yeah, no. But this is what I'm going to say. I think a Matt DiBenedetto is underrated. I think a Ross Chastain is underrated. I think so many of these guys that drive and run 25th to 35th that no fan really gives credit, no fan really pays attention to. I think if they had an opportunity, you would look at them and say, my God, where'd that guy come from? You know what I mean? I mean, it's like Alex Bowman. Alex Bowman, when he started driving the 88 car, people were like, he deserves a chance. Hey, he run 2 full seasons. Yeah. Nobody even knew he was back there running. Right. You know what I mean? Right. But there's guys like that. And I think all those guys, when you get to this level and have an opportunity and can get a ride and maintain a ride, no matter how you get it, if you can keep that ride, then, and you're not in that top equipment, you're a little bit underrated because people aren't paying attention to you.
And there's so much. You just can't do anything when your equipment's not fast.
That's right.
There's nothing. There's
nothing.
You could put Kyle Busch in Matt DiBenedetto's car, and as great as Kyle is, does he maybe make the car a little bit better with his knowledge and knowing how long he's done it for? Sure. But does he take that car from 25th and make it 10th? No.
Yeah.
And that's the thing.
And a lot of the reason he makes it better is because he's had the luxury of driving good stuff, so he knows what it's supposed to drive like, and he knows what it's supposed to be like. So he can relay that information. But if he's not in the same position, just on talent alone,
you see a guy, Ross Chastain is a perfect example. You put him in great equipment. Can he go do it with the pressure on him? He did it.
He'd be at top of my list. I mean, every series, he's proving it. That's right.
The guy I would love to see in a no offense, in a little bit better car is Kyle Larson. Like if Kyle Larson was in a Gibbs car, I would love to see what could happen.
Yeah,
I think he'd win.
I didn't say anything.
I'm just saying.
Chip Ganassi watching the NASCAR America Debrief. No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah.
Question for AJ Allmendinger. Someone was heartbroken when you had the loose seatbelt in the 2000 Indy 500. Any chance of running Indy again?
Say somebody was heartbroken?
Yeah.
Is that what the question was?
Yeah. Somebody.
Somebody was
somebody
heartbroken.
on here.
Yeah.
Well,
me.
Well, okay.
I was heartbroken. Okay.
I thought Tara was writing that.
Yeah. No, I was heartbroken. It was actually my and Tara's first date was the Indy 500, so she wasn't really fully understanding what was going on.
Okay.
But anyway.
Sorry.
Yeah, I was heartbroken. Any chance I do it again?
Yeah. Probably not this year.
This year's probably not going to happen. It's hard. The memories I had back from 2013, there's nothing unlike, the experience of not only driving for Team Penske at the Indy 500, but having Roger Penske call my race, being on the radio, walking with Roger Penske down Gasoline Alley, and I don't want this to come off bad. It's like God. Yeah. It was like God. Yeah.
I agree.
There's so many great memories. And yeah, the seatbelt is a story. And it took me out, maybe a chance to win the race. I just don't want to go back and lose those memories by doing it again the wrong way. Yeah.
Right.
Now, if Roger Penske called me right now, it'd be hard pressed for me to turn it down. But
what if Chip called? Another shot, or
maybe.
Michael Andretti.
I just have to see where. Yeah, I mean I don't know. I put that up so high, and Chip's the same thing. Sure, so is Michael Andretti, but just doing that, it'd have to be the right. Let's just put it that way. It'd have to be the perfect.
But honestly, if Chip's watching this, he's calling Marty. He's not going to make it.
Yeah.
Wait, let me check. My phone's probably already buzzing.
I've got a question for Marty, not from Chip Ganassi, but from YouTube. Anita Garrison wondering, first she wants to say that she loves Kyle Petty, but do you or AJ or Nate want to crawl under the table when Kyle gets fired up?
No, I think it's funny.
Are you kidding me?
For real.
It's pretty awesome.
That hurts a little bit.
Sometimes I want to
no.
duck, Anita, like that.
I don't want to duck. Mine,
Well, I just want to make sure the pin
when
doesn't
I'm
miss.
on this show, my Wednesday night sleeps are way better because I just come away smiling and I
Yes.
feel overjoyed just watching the rants happen.
That's what Dale Jr.
But
said.
you know why? Is because he's passionate about the sport.
That's right.
Sure.
And that's all we want.
That's it.
He wants it to be better.
Just one.
And he wants, and he
Careful
wants,
to throw a
I
pin
think
at
I heard
you.
that earlier.
and he wants to throw some of them dumb questions. Or are they dumb questions?
I can't say.
Okay.
Please send us more group qualifying questions. But
Please, yes.
For now, let's go back to the phones. Who do we have on the phone? Steve. Let's go to Steve. Welcome to NASCAR America Debrief, Steve.
How you doing? I love the show. Mad respect. I like Kyle. They always change right sides and left side tires. Have they ever thought about changes just the fronts or the rears in an all-star race? If not, and why? Thank you.
Yeah,
Thanks, Steve.
Good question. I don't know
is a good
about
question.
I don't know about in an all-star race. And I don't. I mean, on an oval, I think I've seen it on short tracks a couple of times.
Modified
They used,
change just the right rear.
yeah, used to do it at road courses a lot.
So which one would you change?
Change the rears for grip at Riverside. Some guys would just change 2 rears.
You just take
Yeah.
the jack and go under the back.
Go
of the
under
car.
the back
It'd
of
be
the
hard
car.
to get it
Yeah,
under the front of the car now.
Yeah, the way the car is. But
Couldn't do the front tires now. That'd be a slow
now
pit
we're
stop.
back. Now we're back to our earlier conversation
Yeah.
with Goodyear tires and lasting and what they were doing, all that stuff. So I've seen it done, and I've seen it done a few times on some short tracks, local short track stuff. But at the Cup level, man, and the way these cars are, and the way the weight distribution is, the way they're set up, the way they're engineered, it's either left or right.
Yeah.
Would it even be allowed by NASCAR? I wonder. Could you?
You can't open the front hood
Yeah.
on pit road.
Okay.
So,
Do you have to open the hood to change the tires? Man,
well,
I've been out of
I'm
the sport
saying
a long time.
anymore to his point.
jack
you
to get
can't.
under
You
the-
can't. How you
Open the
gonna
hood. Where's the spare? Where's the spare? I don't see it in there anymore.
get lost the show, Nate?
Yeah, we did. We lost the
Oh,
table.
my
God.
Man, you can't get a jack in
Let's go back to YouTube for another comment. Cameron wants to know, what other organization do you think will win a race besides Penske and Joe Gibbs, and will it happen at Bristol? Will Bristol be the breakthrough for Hendrick Motorsports, Chip Ganassi Racing? Does Penske and Gibbs streak? Stuart Haas, does that streak end?
Stuart Haas.
You like
Yeah,
Stuart Haas?
I'd throw Stuart Haas in.
At Bristol?
Yeah, I would throw Stuart Haas in at Bristol.
I think if the
I think Eric runs good at Bristol.
I think if the line
does.
moves to the top at Bristol, it's a Kyle Larson opportunity.
Yeah.
If it moves if it's on the bottom,
He was so fast last fall.
and here's what's going to
laps.
happen. The speeds are going to be insane around Bristol.
Crazy.
So if it's about running the high line and just being pinned against the wall,
yeah.
it's going to be a great chance for Kyle Larson to go win this race.
Your favorite phrase, PJ1. They're going to say it a lot this weekend.
Yes,
Kyle.
PJ1.
PJ won in group qualifying.
Yes.
Back to the phones on NASCAR America Debrief. Alex, you have a question for us.
Can't be
Welcome
an
to the
issue
program.
this weekend.
No.
Yes, thank you for having me. So my question is about Jimmie Johnson. How much longer do you guys think he's going to race in the Cup Series because of the whole Darrell Waltrip thing and possibly going to retire from broadcasting?
So wait a minute. Darrell Waltrip is connected to Jimmie Johnson now.
I haven't heard that line drawn yet, but
That one's interesting.
there is a lot of speculation, though, about how long does Jimmie Johnson drive. It seems as if, I mean, he's certainly, committed beyond this season, but
Yeah,
any thoughts
I mean, no. Look, I've got no thoughts because I think when a driver retires, and especially a driver the caliber of a Jimmie Johnson, he should be able to make his own decision and make his own way. He shouldn't be forced out of the sport. He should be able to make a decision and walk away from the sport when he wants to. So I think it depends. That's back on him. He's how old?
43.
43.
Yeah.
And the numbers have skewed down so much that we go back in time to when drivers ran until 51 or 52. Now the number is 43, 44, 45, 46, mid-40s. So he's within a few years, but I think that lays on his is on his shoulders, and I I don't make the connection with Darrell. I don't know what that is.
Yeah.
So, but anyhow.
But with the level of commitment that Jimmie gives to it, I mean, there are very few who work as hard as he does.
Right.
You know, working on his fitness and all of that. A couple of years, he's also seen that life in Colorado and goes, wow, I kind of like this. You know, I think he enjoys that. So I don't know, 3-4 years.
I just think it really comes down to, and every driver is different.
Yeah.
Just athlete. It's not even a driver.
Yeah.
It's, can you go out there and still be at your best?
Right.
Because that's what Jimmie Johnson's been all about. And his best is winning championships.
Mm-hmm.
So if that decreases a little bit, is it like, you know what? I think I'm done.
Yeah.
Or do I?
Right.
Because it's not going to be about money. It's not going to be out there trying to
it's
get
not
more
about
money.
money.
It's
I
out
think
there.
it is.
To me, the whole goal is to be the best ever,
Yeah.
Correct.
and that's 8 championships.
Well, I think he feels like he has to get the 48 back in the right direction.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And that's like step one. And if he can do that, then he'll feel like, okay, now we can start considering it. You know, I think but Jimmie works so hard at this, and I think that's not told enough how hard he works at
Underrated.
being good.
Yep.
Underrated. You heard it here first. AJ Allmendinger says most underrated driver. All right, let's wrap up. One more YouTube question from Christian. Wants to know, AJ and Kyle, who were your biggest rivals in NASCAR? Did you have rivals in NASCAR? Who would they be?
Bobby Hillen?
That was mean. You have just been mean today.
I've been mean today.
You've just been mean.
I didn't know there was a thing
punch
there.
the guy out.
You've just
What?
been mean, man.
He had the Daytona 500 won.
No, that's a whole nother story. My seatbelt's come loose. Just messing with you, man. Just messing.
I've never heard the Bobby Hillen story
No.
before.
Oh, that's all.
Punched him in the grass at Daytona. You don't know that story?
Okay, here's what
It was unnecessary.
Okay, here's what I believe. Okay, this is what I believe.
Like,
okay.
what were you mad at? What were you mad at right there? The fact that he was not holding the
fact
brake
that he
pedal?
wrecked him.
Yes.
That
Yes.
he was not holding the brake pedal and you couldn't get it wound down and you hit him?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. Yeah.
All right.
That's in a nutshell. That's it.
You would have won.
There's some other stuff, but in a
would've won.
nutshell.
I just
You
checked.
But
would've
in
won
a
the Daytona
nutshell,
500.
and that doesn't make any difference.
It does
Woulda, coulda,
make a
shoulda.
difference.
Woulda, coulda, shoulda. Here's what I'm going to say.
All right.
I believe this. I believe that you have to run up front consistently and win races and be a threat to win races to have a rival.
Mm-hmm.
Okay? I only did that for maybe a year or two. So I didn't really have a rival.
Okay.
Because at the same time, Mark was there, and Rusty was there, and Earnhardt was there, and Davey was there.
Right,
I mean,
right.
so we were all.
So that early 90s.
Yeah, so that early 90s time frame.
were-
And before that, I was just trying to figure out what I was doing.
Yeah.
And after that, I was just freaking hanging on. So, you know what I mean? So you've got that short window. But I don't think, when you run 25th, you don't have a rival.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I'm sorry. I'm just being honest about where I was.
Yeah.
And you have to look at it that way. So I don't think you have I think the word rival is overused in a lot of sports. And in this sport in particular, we look for rivalries. I think it has to develop over a period of time.
Any thoughts?
Yeah, my biggest rival was me. I mean, whether it was trying to just get in the foot or into the sport and keep my foot in the door and survive year to year to try to just keep making a name for myself, or was the last 4 or 5 years taking a smaller team and trying to run better with it. I was my biggest rival because I was my harshest critic.
Yeah.
And sure, you get involved in the incident during the race. Ryan Newman was a pain in the ass to pass sometimes, but like we all are back there. The hardest racing, in all honesty,
Fact.
and Kyle knows,
Fact.
is that damn 13th
Fact.
to 25th range in Cup is the hardest racing because,
world.
Because,
In the world.
because here's the
There
deal.
is no rival.
Because here's the
In
deal.
the world.
Everybody's mad.
Yeah.
Their cars aren't good.
Yeah.
The leader's coming. Crew chief's like, hey,
Right.
got to stay on the lead lap. You're like,
Right.
well, no crap. Like, I'm working on
Yeah,
that.
that's
And
right.
everybody's on the same plan. So my biggest rival was me.
Yeah.
Because
That's a
I
great
always
answer,
wanted to
man.
be better.
Yeah.
And whether it was the equipment or mistakes that I made, because 13th to 25th sucks.
That's a great answer.
Like, it's
All right.
awful to race back there.
All right.
Yep.
Let's leave on that.
That's a great answer.
That's
Now
a great
my
answer.
So we're going to wrap up
Wednesday
NASCAR
night
America
sad again.
Debrief. Thanks for watching. Thanks for your questions. Thanks for your calls. And I think we have an AJ Allmendinger way to take us out here. I think we should
Mr. Tickles!
Daddy's coming home.
Mr. Tickles watching Coffee with Kyle. Coffee with Kyle. Mr. Tickles watching Coffee.
He is
Thanks for
switching
watching.
from this show to Coffee with Kyle right now.